Empese mu bre na eduro no na nyam na me de bre wo. Me nua ba ma o ma hene kwabena sante na de bre wo ansa na ma me nchi adabonfo. Sule wo dabon wa frem secondom no ba ko wo ho ntimi tia mo papa de mu odin dabon kingdom sa ye papa ba ko mu de too much nanai wo ba ko a wo Ghana wo di mountain man ene women chedre ma mi bo adwuma wo ho ne ade a wo mampanyini ya wo te so na ado dan Kwakufu ado William Kennedy ho kwadwoka ho wa paul no so o ma osoafo ya wo hwe nkuro nketo ne amamu so wo Ghana ha se yi ene mi nua kwabena akopiem ewo ne fie ye wo spentesi a woni ne bedi hu nkomo se ne local government Yoruba redu ye bie no papa sabre no oro Ministry of Finance wo hwese dia wo bosu to a local government rusia no na ase futuru ene adwuma ketwa ne wo boni ni kan t-shirt wanya ne be bi kro Yoruba redu hu asem na mekai utubu se papa no tisi mu a wo ja mark local government minister Collins Dada wono so tisi mu ene border ne yesesa no no wayo be wo betimi asesa border ene ade a wo na so ye kwabla wotemenka some was Pentex.
Nana medasi pi nana ya brefo. Ya meton nana ya brefo medasi pi se also wajibre na from 5 a.m. up to almost some minutes after 7. Ogusua onwa hold the fort na amaye. Said when the cardia to one I showing you no. We an extension of Bejoma dia biashron kokra. Eti the American nyina say e mo bi biara akwaba. So the end will be as a wajibre, Sabre say, ye be din como. The amount como we be down soon say, ye be din como afa a year Ghana, a year ministry bia, ekuta Ghana coma, na ebe buama Ghana and punto etimiako. And then the personality involved, and the man common cry as I had the amana abba, I can say me. Or international social worker. Nana meet you.
Adeba kwa I say dance so ma me who say policies why at ye now the person so work no a baby okodina as member of parliament and then new appointment and no one na pray wo ho Ministry of Women and Children why be na vice president candidate kra wo mdidi kan ho na wo hwe kwan say wo betimi aye bie na Dr. Mahamud ba omi ene wono so wo kire say nua no watumi ade local government ba radio adwuma oye Collins Dada adwuma oye mpo ye regular debra ne so mu ene ibola ne yetitie waye obai ya bisa no ma me minim adwuma otumi yo minim say dia ne ne eden sifa wo betimi anantem medase ye nyai ma na to aso
Matias ye medase pi anana ya brefo medase pass watimi na nsama waka na say ka wo na wo ha na nka wo ne ye mami Hajia Halima Mahama AD enkomo but nyina mu no the next probably 45 minutes ye nyina your responsibility ni privilege oba kunini sronkokra an international social worker osaya gender advocate osaya lawyer former cabinet minister and a member of parliament former and so enti chese nipa ene ye bedi ne ho nkomo no ni mu duyi ni mu amie yi ba oyoba dodo na beka say no oba aniji samso ne say eno ada his excellency Nana Adom Kwakufu ado ebobo nipa mako edumiensa din no ye ma me din epie mu na ebima shase calculations ne say late Aliyu Mahama John Dramani Mahama enti what is so unique about the Mahama Hajia Halima Mahama afishapa correlations in advance. It is our hope and belief say Parliament ebehu omodemba wabo over the years na one tomato to anon tem na say the manpenyi kan akwatena office local government. Are you ready?
I'm ready and I pray that Parliament will approve my nomination. Me ready me pray say Parliament by approving the nomination.
But I see, did you see this coming?
Did I see it coming to say
ube mainstream politician? What Bab Kufu under Kufu's regime? You were a cabinet minister. And at 2012, Nalerigu for Ekase Okra, they were the Buhari of Nalerigu because you are incorruptible. That is one description they've given. So it falls in line, say Nanado, and was Nanado, Edwabaka, that groupings of people, person manage or my Ghana. But the question is, who say Obasa mainstream, Sasa, Osabe, Kitty, Asabim?
Yes, no, Mesamba because time that you call of no MPP, you lose power. Now me 50. So now me who say
still I want to know. One of the challenges I was as Oman and say women in active politics. You say you are not up to the task. Ibini say no. A man in this age, you are reserved for a particular kind of job. But baby, Allah what is the secret?
Oh, and you say a man we are reserved for any task. I say society no. Omo adu say a man say waha, bema say yes. Society and yes onyame ayese oma yese gene intelligence no yanyina ye obi bema wo yin
nyansa ni nimde no
nyansa ni nimde no bema wo bi oma no so omuso wo bi nti is environment no so omuma wo good education omo happy na ko education and some families say school fees na ba na omontumi tu abeka say oh bema no onko ema no antena fi so definitely so antena fi ontemi ko school a ontemi ya djuma to say obi na okọ school no nti ya society na man sa no but me juye say with the right exposure na right training na education baby I know better man better o man so better.
But you are coming at a time probably there's too much expectation from Ghanaians for this administration to perform, where matters about job creation, where issues about corruption, where His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo stated emphatically said this is the time that he believes that every Ghanaian must come on board to make sure Ghana moves forward. And the assembly said, "Nkiya member nka omabodi fita no mo omosowa na oba kuni no akopiem." We am cheshe so we be part of this vision at Ghana na according to Nana Addo different level.
And yes member omo one role. Omanso wo mo role. Say mo policy making issues. Me just said it's because women are not at the table of the policy maker no. And no name must say baby enko ye no. Say women and the bema ye nyina ye tina policy making. Ya ba fa ye dwan go. You know women ye sensitive on some issues. Na baby bema no omo ye sensitive about those issues. Sensitive issues no sensitive is not a mad development work no na akoye. Into ye tina table omo afa dwe say for example omo say men always want to see big things happening, concrete works, schools, big things. Eba be catch so better be big thing no. Ye be ye dia na me say big thing no. E be ye functional ama be obiara be benefited from that program na mo oye no. Nte ema no we have our way. Oh mo be ye be we say oh ya we say we ye baby a emboa oma emboa nkoda. Sometimes we better kase emboa yenkuno yembema yenkora everything. So we bring something to the table. We bring something very important, very significant that blends the hardcore and the software.
But you are minister designate for local government, and unim say saban bia be konenime gina so yipa dia, you are unable to get out the local government ministry. Are you ready? Say with the number of DC, MMDCs, especially with the controversial issue of election of our DCs and MMDCs, now to ensure grassroots participation and development. Hajia, what do you come along with?
One, I've worked in local development work. My Juma was now a friend of Northern Regional Rural Integrated Program for 13 years.
13 years? 13
years. Now I share development work with Northern Region. Now I supported district assemblies, Jumano. And the first, not district assembly concept, Abakana. I'm more about Norip to study Norip work. Now you're Buamu to say decentralization, how we're doing decentralization program enough. And the almost started district assemblies. Norip, you call around with the team to train in local government issues.
So it's no new field, yeah.
New field
but the challenges are different.
The challenges
in times like this.
We are progressing. We are moving forward. Into challenges, no different. I'm a deputy minister for local government.
Yeah. The deputy. One of you answer now called gender na.
No, me for local government me called trade.
Now called trade.
Honorable
Barry do late.
I am minister. Me am a deputy for 2 years. And the office na bano. But
how did you go? Yeah, because I was going to say that somebody, because then how did you do it? Because almost all the things I read and hear about you is one, issues about malfeasance. In fact, probably in the history of Ghana politics, you come along as few politicians are more free officer. you have not been tagged as corrupt or any malfeasance be under your watch. How do you do it? Because it's not easy.
I say me trainer, me papa all the time. Me papa now you're accountant. First now you're politician. Or the profession you're accountant. Now or say you're politician. Now you're MP. But na time be I can say, Juma na we sika na me kutano accountant no. Enya me sika.
Obisika.
Obisika. So every day he was always talking about government money. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. And say, oh yeah, Juma na no books on balance. Oba fear, oba fret, oba worried. So we on my that impression, government sika there. I say we are Juma. Ofa ya Juma. I guess ofa government sika say, eh ya wodia. Oba ya de ma bia na ope. And besides me, my attitude is service. Omo di me go aha say, omo fa me. Today, dear, actually, I'm sitting blessed. Now you was secondary school. If you speak English, and your grammar is not correct, they will say bullet. Well done. Bullet. So tune me part and I'm
bullet.
My shooting bullet. Now, my dream say some more for good baby. I say we are Juma. You have to serve. You have to be looking at the service. You have to do. You have to serve. And then Juma no sika na omo de ma no. I say who say step by step. E dey na sika na bet my year. I remember that na me was Minister of Local Government. Now you call review. Na me was Minister of Women and Children. You call review about budget. Now year review no. Me see sika na omo mam na me di ne na say. Na sir president on the agent. Oh say and yes time be you are looking for big programs. And say sika ni ho o ka say sika ni ho sika na okuta no e say o fire baby a na obetimi aya kakra nti me dream say uko baby a na o ma sika enye wo a o ma o salary you are getting your salary all right say entimi nso a kope baby aya me and besides to me training I can always get consultancy or any exercise.
Okay, so now still with your ministry, Hajia Adom, Parliament, Jiwatuma, Obekwako head, the local government. This is one ministry, Sika Faho, projects Faho, and then Ghanaians have always have cause to tag some MMDCs as corrupt. How are you, your good self, coming across as incorruptible? Obe impacted and obe injected sa adieno in the district chief executives, municipal chief executive, metropolitan chief executive for mobile working under you and with you?
It's collaboration. You have collaborating and omo programs. I feel the district no omo your friend no composite budget. The partners need now omo budget, and now they have a program called Give Me. Give Me no obe chere neman na why sika na omo de man no. There. So it's all in the software system. And to me, so your ministry, no, so you're interested in what they are doing and monitoring. Supervision and monitoring are important. And to me, who says, who say, mobile fire, sano.
When you be actually?
Yeah, make sure. Second, must the best sano, and may expect periodic reports. ABR. Biannually, maybe say quarterly, maybe quarterly, why not? Quarterly, periodic boss, a buy a share, Muslim first canal, say, Mutimaya, and also value from money. Can be a president or at the inaugural speech say, we want to ensure value for money. Make sure say, why your program no, what follow procedures no? Did you choose the right person who is capable of doing the job? And was the value commensurate with the job that they are doing?
Okay.
And okay.
Well, Mamen Kao said, "Your Hajia Halima Mahama Nifi ni Edin Komo on Bedroom on Adom TV, Multi TV." So, Adeba question was if you've just joined that, or a lawyer, my for also an international social worker, former cabinet minister, former member of parliament, and a gender activist in Tiachese and then minister designate for the local government under the watch of His Excellency Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. In Tinyame Adom, Nase Emrashibu Jafo Edge Natuma, Ghana's next minister for local government, Hajia Halima Mahama. Now, probably, you compare said the bit a measurement. So the previous administration, I'm sure personally you had cause to be worried, especially probably around June, July, Honoma Onya Kwan to talk about His Excellency saying, oh yeah, tribal politics. That's John Dramani Mahama. You were strong. Say I could make pronouncements be now if he's uncomfortable. Before we get into what they did wrong, be repeating issues about tribal politics. Can we do away with it? Because it's been part of us. Is it about managing it or just getting out of it?
So, president. No, so me Nordna to move vote to because me Nordna. It's not good enough.
But that is the truth.
It's not good enough. No, you vote to mark to say, you bet me I Jumani. To say Dr. Mahmoud Baume. Okay, say man kasa move vote to mommy because me Nordna. Move vote to mommy because me say 1, 2, 3, 4 problems for her. Now me problems me ba met me I Juma mama na problems no together we'll be able to solve the problems. Oba say me Nordna, and especially what he said na me I was not happy with was the fact that Baume on MPP on Manaya president on Manaya on Manako forward that until me na me president we should have you. So I felt this was.
But was that the reality on the ground?
Oh,
that he was the president, he's been given the #1 seat, and then the MPP was or will not give Baumia that same privilege.
It's not. Of course not. It's not. Look at Baumia everywhere he goes in the country. Everybody is so happy with him. They admire his skills. He has displayed enormous skills, and everybody admires him. And of course, he's given the opportunity to work. In any case, I'm just talking. Baumia hasn't told me he wants to be president, but for the I'm just going talking about. I'm responding to what he said. He has displayed enormous skills all over the country. They love him and they respect him. Everybody acknowledges that he's worked so hard for us to reach where we are. Even the president said it, that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has been involved in this campaign. He led the process. He's done a lot of work, and we've come this far. We've won this election. It's not to come and say because it's this. Is that attitude that I don't like.
I see.
You don't pigeonhole people, and our president does not look at tribe. He looks at the issues. He sees the challenges. He comes to the north. He goes to the communities. He sees the poverty issues, and he feels it. He's concerned about that, and he wants to change that. Those are the issues you look at.
Okay, so reality check is up with the MPP now. But before we get into the reality check, the previous administration, MPP had cause to complain a lot about what they were doing wrong. Okay. Some of the challenges you had with the previous administration here, what were some of the challenges that the previous administration had that did not inure to the benefit of the ordinary Ghanaian or to Ghana?
For example,
go. Just a minute. Nana Yampacho Metonka.
I enjoy a conversation in the Power Studio. Now, Catcher said, Mr. Where dodge bullet. My dodge tree now, all kind of power bullet. My swervy tree. No, because I've always known, say, she's somebody the tree, no, what tree or tree or brepa, auntie, me man, the tree teacher. Because from time and now, deputy minister, local government, as she's saying, and then women and children's affairs, Nani tree, no, Sa, Nekona, auntie, just a miamet and the tree become. Na etumi abo local government dwuma bia nkronke to amuni ade no moye no eno ntina communication no so hu hia so learning tree no so bebo ayi pa kwabena me nyina studio ha na me twam homra na question I'll be saying very vital pa na wontumi nyia no then she can tell us later on say then or they bring you on board what then no hunu no say etosini wo local government wo and what should she bring in on board especially sanitation issues here area Julius Debra de ba ye ne ade e obeto so and now because they know where said they're Ghana for it be no one shut down for more and Jimuye as a form of when you are the idea and then the celebrities he used to know what San or Becono and now be used to different method no the actual local government especially with the DC's issues I bet in the idea I mean I was studio ha now for a question I'll be sad no want to also kwabena sante na wote nka ewo spintex no obeto aso de efri ho ye twa ho sima bi na ye firi ho ya san akọ back to spintex na wato an nkomo no so ye ba sia ya ma wakwa ba bedwam dwubedie so me nua ba ma o ma hene kwabena sante wo spintex o ne Hajia Halima Mahama edi nkomo ma me wa deputy minister local government, then became women and children area kufo abreso otumu say she's well known ewo Ghana as a politician, astute politician. Yeah, obi enim said ya mami oye na dwuma sifa nei o man panyin otiade so apawo no so onye oswafo ye hwe nkron keto amamu so na eno no hwe said ya na ekokọ okono a nei kra no and his excellency Nando Dankwa Akufo-Addo atudwa so wonya ka DCs the MCs and MMDCs na yebeto omo so aba said the beya that's part of the campaign messages. Yeah, what they appear monte so until then she is going to take care of Sani Mano and then $1 million here woman paying I can say what they be ma yeah no crano and per constituencies certainly no constituencies they are not districts in Bedi Makutini ye papa a lot of money going to districts near there or more can say they would be able to use it facilitated district assemblies no any idea or no never done when you know ano DCs MMCs ni na no wetumi ahwe adwuma na kwaso ehwe adwuma ye raban redu be your bra no ye local government minister papa yi one na ohwe se dia ye Julius de bra be so mo na wono so wo konkoden ye ohwe se dia ye Colinzanda wo obeje ye na wo de fa mu akopem se nei na Nando Dankwa Akufo-Addo William Kennedy ho abayo mampanyi na wapa no so wo mra no a na se hye ne so obekọ parliament okopie mo ho a na ho no metoto na no wapie mo ho pai. But then new government, new parliament, one nipa fufro and one moba abesa committee and stuff like that. Into questions or maybe I don't know, say about the family near the most of the time about yeah na service no issues for home. I'm hoping say this time around no service no or maybe ye now scrutinizing the year before or make a copy more. Yes, I'm cross over. Na yenko spin text and come on afi ni mu ayede aso twan nya asem ketwa the emede wo ma mete ye any bullet no kan ye ne ade she has some kind of humor or the humor be rere mu na my interview ye nika kwabla to me ka sa so mo he na Hajia otumu say she's on fire and any abrese adwuma de ama no obeyo na eto aso efiri bibia ugya si ye no na ye hunu ne ma hodo wo mu na Ghana fo arehye mu aye wo mu no wo me ye hunu say ye ngusu nya arehye mu. And I said,
okay, Nana Bedasipi, welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, that's so. The residence of the Minister Designate for Local Government, Hajia Halima Mahama, and Komo, whether she's up to task. In times like this, when Ghanaians are too much expectant of His Excellency Nando Dankwa Akufo-Addo's administration. Now, another team no into the obe play ama goals let me aba a reasonable number of Ghanaians and that freedom, liberty. But if you've just joined, the BMA Cow say, yeah, Mame Hajia Halima Mahama is a lawyer and also international social worker, a former cabinet minister, former member of parliament, and a gender advocate as well. Currently, Nyameyana Adom Parliament Jinituma, she's going to be Ghana's local government minister. Unfortunately, forgive me if you have my personal line. Any question, Hajia Halima, say. Hajia, we are back. You had cause, that is the MPP, to talk much about the previous administration. It doesn't benefit Ghana. They
were very, for example, projects. If you look at the pricing, the cost of projects, it was way beyond what the actual costing was.
But that's what the president says. Political
we didn't feel that was valuable.
No, but that's what the president will say. You were outside, but you were able to quantify political quantity surveyors.
No, for example, there was a situation where they built the same 6 classroom block plus furniture, and the cost compared to the same situation, the same 6 classroom block plus furniture built by MTN was outrageous. I have the figures, but I don't want to quote in case someone says it's wrong. But it was about 3 times over what MTN was able to provide. This, and it was published in our
with the same facilities.
With the same facilities. It was published in our papers. And besides, in the communities, you go around and you see, they said they've done this, you ask about the price, 90 million. It's just outrageous. You just say, but this 90 million could have gone far with so many things. It could have done far more than this. And we didn't really feel there was that sensitivity to the issues of Ghanaians. For example, I'm not worried about, you are talking about expectations.
Yeah, expectations.
Ghanaians have a lot of expectations.
Yeah.
I think Ghanaians are very discerning. They want to see that you are making progress. You understand our issues, and you are working towards achieving our issues. Ghanaians understand that things are difficult, and progress must be made. Nobody has a magic wand to conjure things, but they want to see that you are doing things to address their...
Is the MPP retreating with the words that they gave Ghanaians?
No, we are not retreating. I'm just saying that Ghanaians are very discerning. And for example, I had a feeling that NDC government did not care. They didn't care.
A government that touts that in terms of infrastructure development.
The government talks about, I'm a dead good. The president says, I'm a dead good. I'm a dead good.
Yeah.
I begin to wonder, why will he even say that? Especially, he's seen as somebody who's trained in communication. He's supposed to be a communication.
But he explained further. That's why he did in Kumasi by saying that Akoko Sacha Kruma Kwenye. He's a dead goat because no matter what Ghanaians were doing, at that particular time, he was focused as to making sure he deliver.
Ghanaians easily forget. I could call so many things that I said, after Ghanaians, they easily forget. They forget things, and they'll go and say different things. And his ministers and staff were all saying things that we didn't feel they were sensitive to the issues.
But how different would the MPP be? Probably in about a year or two, the MPP will also start forgetting that we have the power now. Let's move on. That is ours.
I don't think so. There will be a check on MPP. And MPP generally, we are very professional about our work. Yes, there's politics, but we are also professional about our work. We are concerned about delivering. We are not just concerned about just the power that there'd be looking at power, feeling good about the power. No, we are concerned that we have to deliver, we have to do a job. And we believe in democracy. We believe that everybody has a say in whatever we are doing. We should recognize the views of others, and we should incorporate those views. For example, in talking about decentralization, a lot of Ghanaians want to see DCs elected. And I believe that MMDCs must be elected. It's something I believe. We should be accountable to the people. If you are talking about democracy, if you are electing your MPs, member of parliament, you are electing your president. We even require that half of 50%, over 50% of ministers must be MP. So it traces back to whatever that understanding that there must be participation, representation. So why shouldn't DCs be?
But the danger here is that probably they might not sing the song that the party in government is singing. They might be a hindrance to the party's vision in their district or metropolis or whatever. That's the challenge.
To some extent, but that will be minimal. Government will come out with its direction, its policy framework. National Development Planning Commission. It's the duty of the National Development Planning Commission to then look at the government policy, break it down, and give guidelines. This is the framework, these are the areas, these are the guidelines you should pursue in developing your annual plans. And the annual plans of district assemblies are brought to the regional coordinating councils, well coordinated, and NDPC representatives will be there with the regional coordinating council to see that their plans are in line with those guidelines. So it's not as if they are just there doing what they like. Guidelines will be given, and your plans and programs and budgeting. Don't forget that the money Ghana government still provides the bulk of the finances through the district assembly common fund.
But what would you be? But what would be the response? Knowing Africa, knowing Ghana, knowing the type of politics that we've practiced over the years, that straight away a government is in that selection of MMDCs. You think that the government is able to push his agenda to these representatives at the grassroots level?
The whole issue of the DC is, yes, government will provide for. I'm not saying there will be challenges, but
you support the election of these MMDCs?
100%. I support the elections of DC 100%. I feel that some of the DC were becoming like feudal laws in their communities. They were becoming like feudal laws. They were not accountable to the people. And now, if they are elected, they will know that we have secured tenure, 4 years. I'm elected, I'm there for 4 years. I have to do a job. After 4 years, I'm going back to the people.
Accountable to them.
To account to them. And the people are with you there. It's local. Decentralization is local. The activity is local. The people are watching you and recognizing either that you are supporting them or you are not. So you come back in 4 years.
When do you
people
think?
Will decide whether you should go back.
When do you think that the election of DC should take effect?
We are proposing, at least during the manifesto discussion, we're proposing that the DC should be elected at the time of the district assembly elections. The elections should take place at the time of the district assembly election. But we recognize that a lot of amendments have to be made. First of all, even the Constitution. We have to, and then consultations, review. You are talking about working in this program. It's not just a matter of me. We have a lot of expertise in Ghana on the issues of decentralization. We have a lot of expertise in Ghana on the issue of decentralization. We will put a team together, review the processes, look at the work plans, look at the steps we are taking towards that. Definitely, there are amendments of a number of laws before we get to that.
All right.
We are hoping that this will take us to the second year.
All right.
That's the hope and the plan.
All right. Mameka said that's all Hajia Halima Mahama, Nifia Edi and Komo. We'll just about some few minutes more, we'll be wrapping up our discussion. We cannot wrap up, bro, because what she believes in, what she's coming on board with the local government, because accessibility there, clearly, you cannot run away from it, so it's very accessible. As to being a team player, you may read a lot of messages so about before, so and then again, we cannot get out when we've not talked about how she also understands that transition from one government to another government, whether there are some gray areas in the Transitional Act. Again, the up in Ghana are hard drinkers here, and so the issue of your mind paying for and where they are supposed to live or they have to live when they are exiting from power. There's and many others. Ana yebetwa adwene ewa hanum se nti ade bakwa ehia ene se biribiada no obekoso ahwe eye Adom TV. Baba menka o me refresh wadwene eno ada His Excellency Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo nipa edumiensa ode won din etudwa na oka won asem se wono first 13 people are woneba na wona beboa no kwansoro nkoso ama na mamunity makoso mami refresh wadwene kakra yewo ya osafomafo senior minister Samson yewo Albert Khan Dapa minister designate national security, Alan Kwadwo Tremantin minister designate trade, Ken Oforiata minister designate finance, Dr. Friye Owusu-Akoto minister designate food and agriculture, Boache Jakon minister designate energy, power and petroleum, a combination of all the ministries to be one. And then Dominic Nitiwul minister designate defense, Pacho, don't get it wrong, it's not Dominic Kisiyeboa. Dominic Nitiwul, minister designate interior, Shalia Yakoboche, minister designate foreign affairs, Gloria Ekufu, minister designate attorney general, Hajia Halima Mahama, we are privileged to be talking to her right now, minister designate local government, Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, minister designate education, and then Kwekwajima Menu for health. Inti probably I'm sure say also wadwenche ewo sa elsem. A lot of text messages but please I want to know if Hajia Halima Mahama was the wife of the late Vice President Mahama. Oh no, you have not followed Ali Mahama. Okay, that semblance will come. The Mahama who want to know probably Hajia nearly went for the running mate. Is that correct? Are you aware of that? Are you aware of that? So probably Her Excellency in the next 10 or something, you will ask Hajia about all those things. And then this one says, oh my, good morning. Please, congratulations to Hajia Halima. I hope and believe that you can deliver, but shine your eyes very carefully with your subordinates. God be with you. I wish you success in your new challenge. Jesse from Japikrom, ano the way aba. Albert is to say, please, I want to know if Hajia Halima, okay, you bring it back again, and then another one gets to hear from the UK says, how will she contribute to the creation of Western North region? And also the Udia, but this is from Odino Seshi Yoso. Another one getting 3 years from OPK Goss, who says, Honorable Hajia Halima Mahama is competent and is a visionary, so she will help incorruptible Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo to deliver good governance. So the battle is still the Lord's. And another one gets to hear from Kobe Vroom. He says, correlations to Hajia from Honorable Kobe Vroom, MP for Facebook Central. I trust her to deliver. So that's it. And another one is saying that I don't see Hajia Halima. Please tell him to let women feel that they are okay under her watch. That's bias. Yeah, Hajia is going to be biased towards men. And another one gets through here. It says, any new measures to improve governance at local level so as to minimize to go to Accra, go to Accra, go to Accra. And then whether he has any assurance for us regarding the districts and their 1 million each. So these and many other questions are Modia Baninano, Hajia Ebejibre, na or the air response na Eddie Abram. Mamenka also gusu Bidrum on Adom TV, Multi TV. So you're minister designate for a local government. Anna Etchin a year and Como Awanusi. Makacho probably if I saw they were doing Chebiba for brain, then she intimidated Niankin Canina and for Emma Awanusi. Yet what young Como and so Raja, we are back. A lot of expectation from you, even with the text messages I'm reading. And then one area they are saying that shine your eyes. Shine your eyes. How are you going to shine it?
I think, yeah, I agree with them. They are prompting me that, look, things may not be that right, so watch out. And sometimes some things may go wrong. Some things may go wrong because sometimes you cannot see everything. But I like the advice. You have to open your eyes. You have to take time. If a document is brought before you, review the document. Don't just sign. Look at the document properly and review it, analyze it, and sign. I always say that when I sign something and I believe in it and I can defend, then it means I believe in it and I can defend it. You may not agree with it, but at that material point in time, I think that this is the way it should go, and I've agreed with it and I've signed it. You sign something doesn't mean that everybody will agree with you, but you should be in a position to defend it. And I'm glad they are all talking about a lot of work and expectations. And as I indicated earlier, decentralization is an issue that a lot of Ghanaians are interested in. And there are a lot of experts on decentralization and local government in Ghana. And I think I'm going to get a lot of help from from a lot of people. Some people may even help me free bonus, not necessarily expecting a remuneration. No, some people may come and advise. And I always believe in working with people, building a team, looking for the experts in that area to give them an assignment. Please review this for me. I would like to see how your opinion on this. And I think I'm going to get a lot of it from a lot of
Allah willing, our next local government minister, what do you stand for?
I stand for service to the people. I believe I believe that what you are created, God puts all of us here to be of service to another. It's not just about you. It's not just about you. Make sure other people benefit from what you are, what you can do. It's not just about you or your family. Be able to put yourself out there, the skills you've got, whatever you've got, be able to affect others positively. Do things for other people. That's what I want to do. At the end of the day, we are all going back to our Creator. I want to feel that when I go back there, I'll get a pat on the back.
I see. So probably
that's my fundamental. That's my fundamentals in life.
So probably to ask you your take on this news about the president exiting and making a request for a particular residence or bungalow that he wants to continue to use it for his official duties and a retirement package.
Well, sometimes some questions is difficult to answer because it looks like I'm going to be executive, but I'm not yet. So I think I can talk as Halima. This one I'm talking as Halima, not as a member of the government. There was a new a committee was set up, and the committee decided to provide whatever it should be for the president. That's what I believe. And I think we should go by that committee. I hear Parliament passed a last-minute legislation saying that the president must be given a house. I don't know what went into it. I don't know whether there was debate on it. I don't know whether there was discussion on it. But personally, I believe that he should move out of that house. That's what I believe.
That the president, former president, should move out of that house?
Should move out from there. It wasn't allocated to him, especially while he was president. If they specifically did some expansion works on it, did some other things on it, preparing that, yes, I'm going to use government resources to make this, expand on this house and extend the land, and it is going to be given to me and all that, do all that preparation. I think it's in bad faith. I think he should just back up. And I'm talking as Halima, I'm not talking as minister.
But in this case, talk as a minister designate.
No,
1 million, one constituency. Minister designate.
1 million, that is a very good program, very good policy. And the whole idea is also based on taking resources from the center to the local level. Let the local level also feel they are part of Ghana and they are enjoying the resources of the country. And we can afford it. Why do we keep all the money at the center all the time? And it's not necessarily going to be implemented by Minister of Local Government, no. I know it's not necessarily going to be implemented by Minister of Local Government. But definitely the ministry will collaborate, because it will also involve local action. So we'll collaborate. You remember in our manifesto we talked about development authorities. We talked about 4 development authorities. This will be part, I believe this is going to be part of the responsibility.
Well, wrapping up with you, one of your major hurdles you need to clear and to make Ghanaians feel at ease and comfortable with your ministerial appointment and your ministry is sanitation. All over, sanitation. We have a challenge. Any magic wand?
No.
Any cure?
No magic one, but I believe all you press men and the radio, like when I was then Deputy Minister of Local Government, I used to say that the amount of time you give to Valentine's Day, give that time to sanitation.
To sanitation.
Give that time to sanitation.
Are you going to continue, if given the mandate, are you going to continue what the previous administration did, where we have a National Sanitation Day, and then we use celebrities, stars, influential personalities, chiefs, queens, and to do and to demonstrate that we need to be...
If I talk on the top of my head, what I will say is that that National Day celebration doesn't necessarily lead to attaining some results. I'm talking top of my head. And I feel that sanitation is an issue that we should have a comprehensive direction and work towards holistically to address the issue of sanitation. It's just not having one National Day celebration that will address the issue. But God willing, if I get into that ministry, I will have to do an assessment of what that National Sanitation Day has achieved. And I'll let you know when I do the assessment. And definitely, we will have to review that and think holistically, how are we going to address the sanitation problem?
You've been a cabinet minister before. So the next one is His Excellency, this time Her Excellency. Fortunately for you, you have the Mahama attached. So probably, when do we expect Her Excellency Halima Mahama sitting on the throne, whether vice or president?
I'm not sure I have that ambition. But someone say never. But I don't think that is my ambition. And the Mahama name, let me just say that is Muhammad. You know, Muhammad is the, I'm told, is the most popular name in the world.
Muhammad
is the most popular name in the world. And of course, our Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he is his name. And people have adopted it and they have varied it in different ways. Muhammadu, Muhammad, Mahama. And in the north, we tend to vary it and it's become Mahama. But it's just generally a popular name. And it's adopted by different ethnic groups. So it doesn't belong to any particular ethnic group. So you find people all over the 3 northern regions, even down south in the Zongo communities, using the name Mahama. So like Vice President Ali Mohammed said, Dagomba, I am a Mamprose. You remember Idrisu Mahama?
Idrisu Mahama.
He's a Wala, and then President John Mahama, he's a Gonja. Very different tribes. Indeed, I don't understand Gonja. I can't speak a word of Gonja.
Okay.
But it's just the origin of the name. Many families have it.
Okay, so look into my camera and talk to Ghanaian women why they should be active in politics and why they should be hopeful under this administration, and whether any Ghanaian woman who has the expertise to come on board when you are given the authority at local government should come. Look and tell them.
Ghanaian women, this is your government. And you can see what our president has started doing. His chief of staff is a Ghanaian, unprecedented. We've never had a female chief of staff since our path on the central, on local. Now you see what I'm going to look at. Our new path on democracy. This is the first time we've got a female chief of staff, and the ministries that he's putting women in: local government, attorney general, foreign affairs, and I'm definitely sure that more women are coming on board as ministers and also as deputy ministers, and again in various agencies. Our president always says that yes, he believes women can deliver. He's surrounded by women. He has 5 daughters, and he believes in the ability of women to deliver. And I believe women should also take up the challenge in our communities. Let's go for local level elections. Let's be members of the district assembly and prepare ourselves forward to be members of parliament. Women, I believe we can do whatever we want to do. And the development of Ghana at the end of the day will rest on our shoulders. We take care of our children, we take care of our husband. Can you imagine a woman preparing food and not giving her husband? When the child is hungry, he comes to the mother. We have skills in planning. We have skills in policy making. We have to be involved, and we have to see ourselves as people who can deliver. Don't let anybody tell you that you are not up to the task. We are up to the task, and we can just deliver just as our male folks are delivering. Okay,
so Hajia, local government minister designate, you're unable to go without speaking your local dialect to your constituents. Nalerugu Gambaga, is it Gambaga or?
Nalerugu Gambaga.
Gambaga, yeah, where they see you as they appreciate you for what you did. In fact, your school that you built, is it the girls' school?
I built the girls'
have you been monitoring it? Is it running okay?
Yeah, they have about 800 students in the school now, 800.
Yeah.
They've named the house after me.
Wow. So look into the camera, tell your constituents, and then wrap up.
That's what. So my Pamsuna, Adom TV. Want to my sorry, yes, I will mess the president say yana man in your local government. The zo to nyala wum piaka zante za de nyala piaka zante te man progo za mo bola yele no tumtuma ma ke so ma yele chaka ya mangara na panga mango ndwanzan tumtuma ma nko disiavi mbia disiavi no tum ke so ma mo gba bola ya sugo bi kam ya tiam ka so horontrima ka so horontre doctor ba katinyangan tum katu yurudu to ko disiavi na ndi asogo ya daswa salamu alaikum.
Malaikum salam. But you are unable to go without singing any Bob Marley song. Oh.
Wow. Okay, let me sing. Have no fear for atomic energy, because none of them can stop the flight. You listen to me.
May Allah grant you more wisdom. May Allah grant you strength and long life, and our expectation should come to pass. We wish you well, we wish your party well, we wish Nanado well, we wish your family well as well.
Thank you.
Okay, so
appreciate you coming in to do the interview with me.
Yadamu nyina masi Hajia Halima Mahama na denche munyana abe. Yadamu so asese mo jebre na mo hwe I think say mo timi atie no mo huni pa oye nti nyina empire bob tie na chi okura office wa local government ministry na yenhwe dwumadi a obedi ede aboa oman Ghana wakase pi nti yenkase odnano na edo nwere ba be hwese nisi abanko nyano so a de nyame beye ama ono so atimi akonka me do man ne kwamna sante obi of the team, the big man Kwakwa, ably assisted by Dachi Hine, the Las Vegas guy, and the great technician on board and outside Yeshafi, and the head Dominic Kisi Yeboah, and you're the Minister Designate for Interior, Mr. Nitu, we are Dominic Kisi Yeboah, fantastic guy. You don't mind the Kwabna Santi. May there be BRC. Keep watching Adom TV or Multi TV.